The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continually fearing you will make one. Elbert Hubbard. We've all been there. The accelerated heartbeat, the lowered gaze, the flushed face. When we confess our feelings to someone who rejects us, our world falls apart. But why? Why does a simple phrase have so much power over us? Rejection, the feeling of not being wanted or valued by someone we appreciate, pierces us like a spear, breaks us apart, makes us feel vulnerable, and sometimes immerses us in profound introspection. And is it not the case that by nature humans seek acceptance and connection with others? We are social beings, and since ancestral times, being rejected could mean the difference between life and death. But in our modern era, is that still true? Stoic philosophy presents us with a different perspective. Imagine for a moment living in a reality where rejection doesn't define you, where your value doesn't depend on external validation, a perspective where rejection is seen not as a failure, but as a blessing. It might sound strange, but to understand it, first, we must delve into the world of Stoicism and discover how this ancient way of thinking can transform our relationship with rejection. In the next few minutes, we'll embark on a journey through time and the mind, discovering the wisdom of the Stoics and how to apply it in our daily lives. I invite you to keep listening and discover why rejection, far from being a curse, can be an authentic blessing for you. To understand how Stoicism can change our perception of rejection, we must immerse ourselves in its roots and comprehend its foundations. Imagine ancient Greece, a world of gods, heroes, and philosophers, where a philosophy that would revolutionize human thought forever emerged. Stoicism was born in 300 BC in Athens under the teachings of Zeno of Citium. His philosophical school took the name Stoa Poikile, meaning painted porch. But what really is Stoicism? In essence, it's a philosophy that teaches us to accept life as it is, recognizing that there are things beyond our control, but we can always control how we react to them. If we travel from Athens to Rome, we find emblematic figures of Stoicism that took its teachings to another level. First, we have Senneca, counselor to Emperor Nero. Through his letters and essays, Senneca offers us a profound vision of human nature, highlighting the importance of living in harmony with nature and accepting adversities as joys. Then there is Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the most influential thinkers in history. In his diary titled Meditations, he reflected his most intimate thoughts about life, death, and how to live in agreement with virtue without being swayed by external circumstances. And we can't forget Epictetus, a freed slave who became a renowned Stoic master. Epictetus reminds us that it's not only the external events that disturb us, but our perception of them. It's not what happens to us that affects us, but how we interpret what happens to us. These philosophers, through their lives and teachings, illustrate that irrespective of our circumstances, we possess the inherent power to choose how we navigate through life. It is this mindset that enables us to perceive rejection not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Before delving further into how Stoicism aids in facing rejection, it's crucial to comprehend that this philosophy isn't a set of rigid rules. Rather, it's a way of life, a guiding principle for living with purpose, meaning, and resilience. When we encounter rejection, it's not the act itself that inflicts harm upon us, it's our interpretation of it. This forms a foundational premise in Stoicism. If we could observe the scene from above, as if we were spectators in a theater, we would witness one person merely saying no to another. However, in the mind of the rejected, that no transforms into a whirlwind of emotions and thoughts. I'm not good enough. What did I do wrong? Why doesn't she like me? Epictetus, with his profound wisdom, reminds us, People do not distress over things, but over the opinions they hold about them. From this perspective, rejection, like any external event, is essentially neutral. It lacks inherent negative or positive value. It's a factual response. The pain or joy we experience is a result of our interpretation. Consider for a moment Marcus Aurelius's renowned phrase, "If you feel hurt by something external, it isn't that which disturbs you, but your own judgment over it, and you have the power to change that judgment in an instant." What if, instead of viewing rejection as a judgment on our value, we saw it as a distinct perspective and an opportunity for self-learning and growth? Senneca, in his letters, presents a revolutionary idea. The fire tests the gold, adversity, strong people. Embracing this perspective transforms rejection into a challenge, an invitation to scrutinize our judgments, fortify our resilience, and discover a profound purpose in our lives. Admittedly, altering our perception of rejection is a formidable challenge. But armed with the tools bestowed by Stoicism, we can metamorphose this experience into a wellspring of strength and wisdom. So, when confronted with an obstacle, a wall, or a negative, the challenge of rejection stands boldly before you. But have you ever contemplated that behind that wall, a treasure might await discovery? A realm of possibilities, insights, and strengths? Stoics possess a unique outlook. Where others perceive calamities, they discern training. Where many lose motivation, Stoics emerge stronger. It is this perspective that empowers them to confront any adversity with equanimity and courage, and indeed, that encompasses the dreaded rejection. Consider the analogy of lifting weights, an act where your body encounters resistance, breaking down muscles with each lift, only to regenerate and become stronger. Viewing rejection through this lens transforms it into a form of resistance that, if confronted appropriately, fortifies your character and resilience. Still skeptical? Ponder the lives of eminent historical figures who faced rejection in ways that many of us might find unimaginable. Take, for instance, Thomas Edison, the visionary behind the phonograph and electric bulb. It's recounted that he encountered failure more than 1,000 times before successfully creating a functioning light bulb. Confronted with each setback, a rejection of his ideas and prototypes, he refused to surrender. Instead, he perceived it as an opportunity to learn and improve, famously stating, "I have not failed. I simply found 10,000 ways that don't work." Another compelling narrative is that of J.K. Rowling, the renowned author of the globally acclaimed Harry Potter series. Despite multiple rejections from publishers who failed to see the potential in her manuscript, Rowling persevered until she found one that did. Imagine what might have transpired if Rowling had allowed those rejections to define her value as a writer. Both stories illuminate how rejection, far from signaling an end, can serve as the inception of something extraordinary. Rejection, therefore, can function as the catalyst propelling us toward success, provided we comprehend how to confront it. Stoic wisdom, in this context, radiates with the utmost intensity. Instead of evading rejection, it encourages us to confront it, challenge it, and engage in dialogue. It is within this dialogue that we discover the keys to decipher its lessons and foster personal growth. So, the next time you encounter a no, envision Edison, think of Rowling, and reflect on those who perceived that no as a not yet, or a signal to seek another way. Rejection isn't the conclusion, but rather the initiation of a new beginning. Are you prepared to embark on it? Now, envision possessing a tool that empowers you to face any challenge with serenity. Imagine being able to confront adversity directly and assert, "I'm listening to you." Welcome to the kit of Stoic tools designed to confront rejection. Let's commence by exploring the dichotomy of control, a concept introduced by the philosopher Epictetus. It encourages us to categorize the world into two segments: what is under our control and what is not. Now, apply this to rejection. Can you control how someone else feels or thinks about you? The answer is no. However, can you control how someone reacts to that rejection? Undoubtedly, yes. This distinction liberates us from the weight of attempting to manipulate the external world, endowing us with the power to cultivate our internal world, particularly in our response. When faced with a no, refrain from pondering why you were rejected. Instead, inquire, what can I learn from this? Now, let's delve deeper. Stoics engage in the practice of indifference. It doesn't imply ignoring your emotions, but refusing to let them govern you. Picture your emotions as the wind, forceful but, akin to a sturdy tree, you remain steadfast, allowing it to pass through your leaves without uprooting you from the ground. The passing emotions of pain or frustration before a rejection are akin to that wind. Acknowledge its presence, but don't let it overwhelm you. Following any encounter with rejection, undertaking self-analysis is imperative. Not to assign blame or unearth failures, but to learn and comprehend. Interrogate your emotions and responses. Why did you feel what you felt? Is there an underlying belief influencing your reaction? This process opens a dialogue with your inner self, revealing areas for growth and necessitating adjustments in perspectives. Now, let's delve into practical exercises. I propose 2 challenges that you can incorporate into your life starting today. Each night, allocate 5 minutes to reflect on your day. Were there any instances of rejection or challenges? How did you react? What did you learn? This daily practice will transform you into an observer of your emotions and behaviors, providing clarity and fostering self-awareness. Now, on to the challenge of facing rejection. Over the next week, confront something you fear. It could be a small act, like asking for a discount in a store, or something more significant. The objective isn't solely to secure a yes, but to confront the fear of rejection and extract lessons from the experience. Rejection, in essence, is one of life's many facets. We may not evade it, but we have the power to choose how to confront it. With the Stoic tools in your arsenal, rejection can evolve from a frightening monster to a benevolent teacher, always ready to impart lessons and guide you toward a wiser and stronger version of yourself. Now, armed with these tools, envision the empowerment that can arise from facing any challenge, be it the subtlest rejection or the most formidable obstacle. Equipped with Stoic wisdom, we are poised not just to endure, but to thrive. Sometimes the universe employs mysterious methods to teach us. Rejection, often perceived as a cold and desolating shadow, can, in reality, be one of our most substantial allies. Allow me to illustrate how. When we face rejection, our character undergoes a test, much like metal forged with fire and hammered to gain resistance. Similarly, our character fortifies when we choose to learn from rejection instead of crumbling under its weight. The first benefit is the reinforcement of our resilience and character. Picture being an individual who, with every no received, emerges stronger, wiser, and better prepared for future challenges. It's akin to transforming every obstacle in your path into a stepping stone toward an elevated version of yourself. What if that rejection were merely a sign indicating that there might be another way, one better aligned with your purpose and goals? This leads us to the second benefit. Rejection provides an opportunity to reevaluate and readjust our paths. Instead of perceiving it as a closed door, we can view it as a sign that says, it's not here, but there's something better waiting for you. Perhaps the job you didn't get leads you to discover a passion you weren't aware of. Maybe that no in a relationship guides you toward a more profound and meaningful connection with someone else, or, more importantly, with yourself. This brings us to the third benefit, the encouragement of self-knowledge and improvement. In the moment of rejection, we are compelled to face ourselves in the mirror, to question our beliefs, actions, and desires. It serves as a call to introspection. Why did that comment hurt so much? What part of me feels insecure? What values are genuinely important to me? Through these questions, we not only discover who we truly are, but also how we can grow and develop. In this exploration of Stoic wisdom, we've unveiled that rejection is not a monster, but a teacher, a guide, an ally. Similar to any adept mentor, it isn't here to punish you, but to illuminate the path toward a more abundant, meaningful, and interconnected life. Now, equipped with this new perspective, I encourage you to continue exploring how other challenges in life can be blessings in disguise. As ancient sages wisely noted, it's not the events themselves that trouble us, but our perceptions of those events. In this brief yet profound journey, we have navigated the waters of Stoicism, discovering how this ancient philosophy can illuminate our path in our contemporary reality. We've learned that beyond the momentary pain we might feel, rejection is a potent master inviting us to grow, fortify our character, and reassess our life paths. Viewed through the Stoic lens, rejection is not a condemnation, but an opportunity. I invite you, dear listener, to approach rejection with a new perspective the next time you encounter it. Consider that experience not as a punishment, but as a blessing in disguise, a gift that, if embraced with wisdom and courage, can lead you to uncharted realms of self-discovery and growth. As you progress in your personal journey, I implore you to keep exploring and integrating Stoic principles into your daily life. Because, in the grand scheme of things, every challenge, every no, and every obstacle can serve as the fuel needed to ignite the fire of your evolution and self-transcendence. So, with the heart and mind opened, face each day as a new opportunity, a new chapter where you can be the author of your own life, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoics. If you've reached this point, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for your attention and the time you've dedicated to this video. Before you go, please consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.